And here is Christy Phillips looking for another medal. She has not been denied in the entire competition. She leads by .15.
She's going to start out with the pike full in. A little low, but she pulls it around. This is a new floor routine for Christy. Kind of hoedown music. Seems like Christy really enjoys herself out there. And she does need to take breaths in the corner. They're very important because it's a fast-moving routine.
Powerful, Christy, powerful.
Double back somersault, high one.
Good job.
You notice the change in the music. Now it's Christy's time to breathe. Catch your breath.
Good. Okay. Right, then set.
All she has left is her last tumbling pass, which should be a pike back somersault. Moving away to the corner. Take that deep breath.
Okay, breathe.
Good landing. It was very high.
All right.
Woo.
All right. Good job. Okay, good job. Everybody, good job. All right. Go ahead. Salute the people. Salute the people.
Now, she can go out and salute the crowd at Kemp Arena, but she couldn't in an international meet.
No, you may not go back out onto the floor and acknowledge the crowd. It would be a 3/10 deduction.
That's the written rule.
Now watch how low Christy is to the floor. Her head and feet are almost parallel to one another. A lot of gymnasts really couldn't pull this out in the end, but Christy is talented enough that she makes it look good.
Yeah, she's only 15, but remember, she started tumbling when she was only 4 years old. 9.65 the score. That'll make Christy Phillips tough to beat in the Floor X. In the competition as an alternate, Hope Spivey, Kelly Garrison-Steves withdrew. Her routine is to the music of Cats, and she has the leotard to match.
Hope might be tiny, but she is powerful. Her tumbling really gets up there. She gets them up in the air.
I love her energy level.
She is. She's funky. She should start out with the full in-back somersault. Very high. And technically, it was very clean.
Donna Strauss, her coach in the background, urging her on.
Good set. This is the pass that Hope fell on in the all-around competition.
Come on, pull, step, yeah.
She made such a correction there. Very high again. I really like the choice of music Donna Strauss picked for Hope. It fits her perfect. Way to the corner. She still has another tumbling pass left. Double back somersault. Breathing time for her.
Come on, breathe. Come on. Set. Full step.
Very high again.
All right.
Brava, brava. That was a delightful routine.
All right. Good job. Thank you. That was good. That was excellent. Belongs in Hollywood. Feel better now?
Did I look catty?
Did I look catty? Well, any good cat knows how to land on its feet.
And she sure did. This is her second tumbling pass, the front somersault to the double back somersault, and landed right on her feet.
9.80 for Hope Spivey, and that's a significant mark for the women, the best score in this competition in the floor exercise, and more to come.
Number two. Number 2 goal for John
Earlier, we saw ice cream eating John Sweeney capture first in the floor exercise. That was his pralines. Here's his cream, a double gold. He wins the vault.
Now, this is the second of 2 vaults for John Sweeney. His first one scored very well, 9.65. This was a laid-out Tsukahara full, really clean in the air. 9.55 for that vault.
And the average of 9.6, good enough to win it. Sweeney of Houston, the winner. Robert Sundstrom, a junior at the University of California, Berkeley, second. And the bronze to Penn State's Spider Maxwell. Coming up, more United States Gymnastics Championships. Back in Kansas City, Missouri, with the McDonald's U.S. Gymnastic Championships. And 15-year-old Christy Phillips has certainly been the star of this competition. A comfortable lead in the floor exercise. Here's the young lady in 6th place, Joyce Wilburn. She needs a 9.925 to take the lead.
Joyce is a real crowd pleaser, and I think everyone just likes to sit back and watch her.
Wilburn from Passaic, New Jersey. She was the only gymnast from the Western world to medal in Moscow in last year's Goodwill Games.
Joyce is so explosive. She's going to end with a full in-back somersault, which most of the girls started out with. But she steps out of bounds.
Five feet tall, 95 pounds of energy. 16-year-old Joyce Wilburn turning on this audience in Kansas City.
She is so explosive. Watch the height. She is so high. The landing looked good, but she just took a big step out of the line, which cost her a 10th.
Spectacular, but with mistakes. A 9.60 from the judges. This crowd and Scott Johnson would have given her a 10 on appeal alone. The total drops Wilburn behind Hope Spivey in 3rd. Here's Stacy Gunthorpe, currently in 2nd place. She needs a 9.825 to take the lead from Christy Phillips. Her routine to the music of Paganini.
This is a new routine for Stacy. It's more dramatic. A full in-back somersault for her first pass. Nice one!
A leggy, 4 feet 10 inches tall. She's 16 years of age from Freehold, New Jersey. She finished 7th in the all-around.
She probably would have been a lot higher if she'd been able to improve on her balance beam work. She had a couple falls, which really cost her in the all-around standings. A little short on that second pass. She kicked it out a little too soon. Stacy's dance really has improved. She's not as choppy as she used to be. Everything seems to be flowing more. Ending with another double back somersault. And again, she did the same on the second pass. She kicked it open a little early.
Stacy Gunthorpe showing her athleticism in the women's free exercise. Let's look at one of those passes.
She gets a lot of height, and technically this is a good full in-back somersault. Perfect landing.
That will keep her in second place with a score of 9.70. So the final standings in the women's floor exercise, Christy Phillips wins another gold, Gunthorpe is second, and Hope Spivey from an alternate moves up to capture the bronze. Earlier, we had a little fun with the competitors. What animal would they like to be?
A cat, and then maybe I can stay on the beam a little more.
Like a Benji dog. He seems to be loved by all, and that's what I would want to be.
A tiger, I guess.
Why?
A tiger, because they're tough and they're mean and they go for it all the time. And that's the kind of person that I am.
A cat,
Why?
because it's my floor music.
I would be a lion because they're strong, they're sleek animals, and they're kings of the forest, or is it the jungle?
I like to be a monkey because they get to swing around on trees, and bars is my favorite event, and I swing around there.
Well, I think in 1983, some commentator from some network, I don't know who it was, coined me as the raging bull. So if I was going to be anything, I guess I'd have to be a bull.
I'd be a tiger because they're real strong, aggressive. They've got what it takes.
And Scott Johnson wanted to be a tiger, and he's been tough and mean in his own words in this competition. 2 silvers, 2 golds, and now a 3rd gold medal in the parallel bars.
And his exercise was so hot because he does all the important elements. Right from the top, he does great underbar work there with a straight arm peach hand, giant swing with a half turn, and another giant swing. Now that fulfills the underbar requirement. Now on top of the bars, he does a stutz. And then watch this move, a straddle front, 1 1/4. Really nice combination. He's so sharp and he's so precise, and he totally nails this pike double back.
Number 1 in the USA, Scott Johnson.
Once again, on the pike double back, you'll see the perfect position in the handstand, great form in the air. He does this as well as anybody in the world.
A 9.90, Johnson's 3rd gold medal, and he has just seemed to build on that all-around championship.
You know, for so long, Scott had been 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th on the national team. Now that he is the all-around champion, he seems to be just running away with everything.
Number 1 in the parallel bar, Scott Johnson, an all-Nebraska finish. Tom Schlesinger, who was the NCAA all-around champion, and another Cornhusker, Kevin Davis, gets the bronze. Earlier, Bart Connor, with his feet now planted firmly on the ground, had an opportunity to help us appreciate what it must be like when you're spinning in the air.
Undoubtedly, one of the most spectacular of all men's competitive events is the horizontal bar. And I have to admit, as a performer, it can be the most fun, too. Now, the routine must be filled mostly with giant swings. Giant swings in bar, giant swings in the L-grip position. But what makes this event so much fun are the release moves. Now, in order to get the big scores, the types of release moves that the gymnasts are now doing are pretty outrageous. Looking at the hand position here, you can see basically what happens on a release move. The gymnast is doing a giant swing, a reverse hacked up over the bar, and of course, perfect position on the regrasp. Now, the trick on a release move is to not pitch it out too far because you'll miss the bar, but not pull it in too close so you'll crash right on top of it. As you can see, David Moriel is right on that 1 1/2 twisting Ginger.
Now to the final of the bar, and Charles Lakes will lead it off. Remember, he was 2nd in the all-around. He's in 3rd place in this event. A spectacular, unpredictable talent is Lakes.
We've said all along that Charlie is a wild man. Well, you can see in this exercise, he has all the important elements. He does nice stalder work. Look at the release move, reverse hecht, and 2 in a row. That's a nice combination, a new combination for Charlie. Now wait till you see this thing. Look at the height on that Jaeger flip. He's about 4 feet above the bar, which is 8.5 feet off the ground. So we're talking over 12 feet in the air. He does his inverted giant swings, setting up for his dismount. I think it should be a double-double. Oh, no!
Oh!
He completely slung that off the bar.
He's okay, but that will crash any medal hopes for Charles Lakes.
Now, what happened here on Charlie's dismount is he had too much speed as he got ready to let go from the bar. He didn't get his knees up and over, so he sacrificed lots of height and plenty of rotation. Luckily for Charlie, he's like a cat, and he knew where the ground was, so he ended up safely.